coming up on this Hersheypark vlog.
Power is back together in the hollow, and look at this. The behemoth on the ride. It dominates this whole area.
Now get ready. Here we go.
What is going on, everybody? It is Arkham. We are back at Hersheypark. It has been a minute since I've been here, but we're here mainly to check out Twizzler Twisted Gravity on its King and Giant Size Pass preview day. They had the preview day yesterday, but there's another one happening today. First things right off the bat that I can see is that Candy is on 3 trains now, which is really, really exciting to see. We'll probably get around to it later because the line does look pretty brutal for it. It should be a relatively nice day. A lot of schools have off today because of Memorial Day weekend, so the crowds are not going to be very light today, but I don't expect them to be crazy today. So we're going to go in and go get some rides in. That's the blue train. We haven't seen the blue train yet this season. This is the first time I'm actually getting a look at it this season. So one thing to note is that King Size Plus pass holders actually get to get into the park an hour early. So that's something important to know. Just hang to the left when you go down there. You'll see the chocolatier sign. And then you'll be able to enter the park an hour early. Here we are in the hollow, and look at this behemoth of a ride. This thing's absolutely huge. It opens at 11 o'clock for King and Giant Size pass holders, so we have a lot of time. The entrance is right where I expected it to be. I expected it to be right around the bottom here, which makes sense because then you have a pathway that goes all the way up there, or you could just take the stairs back up towards where the exit of the ride is. Makes a lot of sense that it would be right here, and I think this is a perfect spot for it too. Just connects all the pathways together, and I think with that, if I'm not mistaken, Super Duper Looper is not only open, but the pathway is open. There goes Super Duper Looper, actually. So I think there's riders on it too. So we'll actually be able to catch up on that ride too. We have not done that ride in a minute. So lots to do here and check out. We have a lot of time too, so to check out what this ride's capable of. We rode Finnegan's Flyer recently at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, and now we get to ride the tallest one. Cycle's about like a minute and a half to 2 minutes. It's a pretty decent sized cycle, I gotta say. Wow. Park isn't even officially open, and this is already the line for comment. Holy moly. Figured the first ride we kick it off with is Sky Rush. Scratch that, and it's on a delay. So I figured we hit Super instead. Yeah, that generally has to be one of the smoothest rides I've gotten on Super Duper Looper. Really, really smooth. That was in the back left, and it was very, very smooth throughout the whole ride. So, good ride, fun. not too many forces, so very easy for the families, and a great roller coaster to introduce the first inversion to for the young ones. Right now we got about 8 minutes until the rest of the park opens, which means we have 8 minutes until we can actually get on Twizzler. So we're actually gonna wait over by that holding gate, and we'll get on Twizzler then. Not a lot of people right now, surprising. So I had no idea you had to reserve your time for this, so I was able to get one. There's still a lot left, so I got a time for 12:30, so I have about an hour and a half to kill, so let's see what else I can hit in that time frame. So we're gonna get on Great Bear now that the park is officially open. And we're gonna come back to Great Bear. It's still going a little slow right now on 2 trains, so we're gonna come back later. Twizzler Twisted Gravity, we finally got off of it. That is a great ride. That is a fantastic flat. I've been saying for a while that Hersheypark's been needing more thrilling flat rides outside of the 3 towers and the claw. This is a fantastic fit. They needed another thrilling flat ride, and they got one in an S&S Screamer Swing. The tallest one, mind you. What a fantastic ride that is. The best spot that I would sit in, I would either sit in Strawberry or Cherry. Those 2 areas are where you're sitting towards Great Bear. When you're on that Strawberry and Cherry lane, you really get to see how much higher you are because of the mountain. So you're looking straight down at the lagoon, and when you're all the way up at the max height, you get to really see, you can have a chance to see Great Bear going through that Immelman. And it is one of the gnarliest things that you could go through. It is a fantastic, fantastic ride. I love this so much. Unfortunately, we only get 1 ride on it because of the event, but otherwise, I just accidentally realized that I recorded all 3 towers going at once. It's kind of funny, actually. But it is absolutely packed to the brim today. I don't know how long I'm going to stay here, but I want to get on Wildcat at least once, just to say that I got on Wildcat. But otherwise, it is basically packed to the brim today. I might get like a meal, get on Wildcat, and then call it. Maybe I'll see how the Lightning Racer lines are, because usually at the very back of the park, those don't really get a lot of attention. So, for all I know, that's probably what I'll end up doing. But we'll see what I could get done today. I don't suspect I will get much done today. So again, if you're coming from up here towards the How on the Great Bear side, what you do is you go down, there's a set of stairs right down there that leads you to the actual entrance of the ride. You then take another set of stairs that takes you up here to the ride itself, and the exit is right off next to that set of staircase right by the Outlook food court. Just for your information, I think like many of us were confused, including myself, as to where possibly the entrance for this ride is, but it's down the stairs on the second level, on the first level down there. And while we're at the Outlook food court, I figured I'd show you what it looks like now, because originally we'd have this, had like a set of staircase that leads you on this like wood pier that would take you out to where Twizzler is. But now it's sort of a continuation of the red that is taken from Twizzler Twisted Gravity. So it actually looks really, really nice. It's more of like an extra seating area from the Outlook Cafe. They could probably add a couple more tables and chairs over here towards the red fence if they wanted to, but I think this is a great addition. I'm glad they didn't technically get rid of it, and they more or less just refined it to what it's already here for. I think it looks great. And alongside all this, they also refined a lot of the fencing over here towards the exit of Cold Cracker. just to liven it up a little bit. I can honestly see them painting this, maybe like to a blue to match Super Duper. But right now, again, it's a walk-on. Not a lot of people reserved their time for this ride, but the 11:30 slots are basically all filled up. So 12:30 was the next big slot that you could take. Candy has a 120-minute wait. Oh dear God. Yeah, after seeing that 120-minute wait, I don't even think I'm gonna get on Candy today. This would be like the second visit in a row where I didn't get on Candy, which would suck. But who knows? To Twizzler from this direction just to show you what it looks like. So following the path to Luigi right up here, he has some great shots in this ride. And yes, it very much goes right over the pathway. It dominates this whole area. You hear it and you feel the wind. Strong gust. Alright, I'm about to get on Twizzlers Twisted Gravity very soon, and I will see you all on the other side. It's actually not too bad over here at Trailblazer, so I'm actually going to get on Trailblazer while I'm here, just to get an extra ride in. Actually, it looks like it's a pretty quiet line, if there even is one for this ride. Most people are probably at Storm Runner, Fahrenheit, and Wildcat, but we're going to give this a go. Yeah, scratch that. I can already hear the line from here. That's not a good sign.
Get ready. Here we go.
Power is back together. It's just a matter of the ride getting tested and opening up. I think it's just missing a couple pieces up at the top, but power's just about ready to go. Fahrenheit's on 2 trains today. I don't think I'm going to get on this just for the fact that they're on 2 trains right now. But while we're over here, the water park is actually opening tomorrow as of the recording of this vlog. So be sure probably, I can suspect, a lot of people coming out mainly for the water park. They're actually doing testing over there now. So, lots happening over there, which is exciting. Now we're over here by Tidal Force, which I'm seeing some pretty interesting signs over here because they have the boats, but they don't have water running through the ride. They have the markers still here. All the markers that were around here before kind of got erased out or rained out, so they have to replace them if that's what they're going to do. But I haven't seen any water run through this ride yet today, which is not a scary, no, it is a scary sign actually, because this ride is usually meant to be open with the water park, and it's not. I mean, they've kind of added a couple of markers back since then, but these white markers are what's the scary thing is. I don't know if that's decoloration, but it goes all the way up to here. Is that? No, that was a marker. So, white usually means demolition. All signs point to that. Not really anything in this back corner that I could see for signs of markers or anything over here. So, well, actually, there are pennant flags, actually. Pink flags. There's 2 over there. There's another 2 over there. And there's 1 down there. Yeah. There are markers surrounding this ride. That's not good. Well, good news is that Wildcat's Revenge is on 3 trains. Bad news is that it's nearly an hour wait. So sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. We definitely gotta get on this, especially since riding Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point about 2.5 weeks ago. We have to compare it now with getting back on this. And now that it's running at full potential, let's see what this thing can do. This ride is incredible. It did have a rain ride, but this thing is absolutely incredible. I don't know, I think this is still better than Steel Vengeance right now, but it really is incredible. And also the billboard's gone, so I don't know where that went, but this ride's absolutely insane. Even in the rain, it still runs like nobody's business. You gotta get on this thing. It's worth the wait. I waited like 45 minutes for it. It was still worth the wait. It is honestly way too slammed for me right now to even walk anywhere remotely else in this park. I had a great day. I literally came out to accomplish one thing, and that was Twizzler Twisted Gravity, so I'm happy to get on that ride finally. And then over time, I get to ride a lot more times on it. And then getting a ride on Wildcat in the rain, and also a ride on Super Duper Looper, which was not open for the past 2 visits. I would say still a very good day. Nothing to complain about. Really good day. And that's gonna do it for today's rather short visit to Hersheypark. Only wanted a short day just to get on Twizzlers Twisted Gravity and accomplish that with Storing Colors. Got on a ride that has yet to open this season, as well as Wildcat's Revenge, because you can never go wrong with that ride, which is finally on 3 trains. Great to see. They're ready for the summer. The water park opens the next day, so we'll see what happens then. From that point forward, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and always take your ride up. Have a amazing rest of your day. I'll see you all in the park very, very soon. Bye.
Here we go.